Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1955 Smith Corona Silent Super Vintage Portable Typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in the USA and one of the top typewriters of all time, probably the top typewriter in the US. And from Smith Corona, the flagship of Smith Corona was the Silent Super. This was their luxury typewriter. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the left margin. This is the right margin. I'm going to reset those once I load the page. This is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. This is the paper bail that sits on top, holds the page down nice and tight. It's got 3 adjustable rollers, and we got 2 paper fingers in front to hold it down even more. So that's why I wanted to wait for the margins, because you just want to make sure that they are not interfering with those paper fingers. Right now they're pretty good, but as you can see, it's kind of bumping into that one. I'm going to kind of set it a little bit closer to the middle. And if you get them too close, you'll get stuck on the vibrator, and those first couple characters might be off. So I'm just going to get right on it. So I just have maximum clearance without any interference. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning. It skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, just flip that switch back 1 notch. It skips 2. 1 more, it skips 3. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line. A switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side. Flip that all the way down to the red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. So it's not silent, as you can tell, but it's about as quiet as it gets when it comes to these style typewriters. The print looks really good. It's known for fast, tight, quick action, smooth, quiet, and alignment. Really good alignment. Good quality typewriter. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. Going to flip this down for now and put the color back on black. So this is an excellent condition typewriter all around. It does have a little scuff here from the handle. Somebody might leave the hood up and then move the carriage and that will scrape it. That's common. And it does have a little bit of red ink stain on this from probably there's a ribbon sitting on top of there, but it's not that noticeable. Got a shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace, super smooth. Tab on the right side. The difference between the Silent and the Silent Super is this has a tab set in clear right here on the keyboard, whereas the Silent is a manual tab set on the back with little inserts. So this is an advanced version of the Silent. So we're going to go ahead and do those. Right now I got tab set on 10 space intervals, so I'm just going to clear each one of them by hitting that CL button. Very easy and fast action. Now I'm going to check it, make sure there's no tabs, but I always like to set a tab somewhere in the middle, so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear in your typewriter. So I'm just going to hit that set button and set one right there. Very good. MR below that stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that MR button. It does allow you to go past that all the way to the end. Very good. Open the hood. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left side, so it's pulling clockwise to the right. If you want to switch the direction manually, there's a switch right above the backspace here on the left side. Flip it up, it'll pull counterclockwise to the left. Flip it down, it pulls clockwise to the right. And it has an automatic ribbon reverse. When you get to the end of the ribbon, it'll pull it like this. There's a little eyelet at the end. It'll pull on that like that, and then pull it to that side. On either side, it'll do that. You can see it happen. But you have to type while it's being pulled in order to reverse it. It won't just reverse it by pushing it. Touch control on the inside here, low. It's all the way on low on the right side. Higher you go to the left, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. You do have to hit the keys harder for them to print, but they respond faster. I like to keep it on low. I'm not a writer, and I'm just used to typing on a computer, but more experienced typers like to mess with that. Carriage lock right in front here, you flip it up and it releases the carriage and locks it in the middle. So when you have it in a case, it protects the escapement and the carriage. It's got these nice, and to unlock it, you just move the carriage to the right like that. Got these nice metal carriage release levers, super smooth. I really love this typewriter. This is probably my favorite domestic typewriter. My favorite of all time would be the Hermes 3000 and then the Olympia SM9. And this would be probably in the top five. Uh, it's just a really fun typewriter. It's really smooth and easy, reliable. It's not fancy and delicate. So I really like it. Oh, so if you pull out this lever here, it disables the spacing when you turn the knob so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it in, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is one space, and the same concept with this lever here on the inside. Flip it down, it disables the spacing. Flip it up, you get the clicks. And on the inside of the platen there is the page gauge. That just warns you when you get to the near the end of the bottom. If you load it right underneath the 11, it'll right there. There's a little red line on the left. As you're feeding the page through, it'll start to warn you when you're getting close to the bottom of the end of the page. That's 2 inches left, 1.5, 1 inch, and that's the end of the page. That's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.